Welcome to your favorite weekly current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Agbonlao. It's always a delight to have you on the program. And I must say, happy independence in areas. Okay, but I must admit that there's a lot to celebrate. But some other persons may not agree with me at all. For the fact that we are alive is enough to celebrate God for the gift of life. We don't pay for that. So there's an adage that says that when there is life, there is hope. So we should be hopeful. We shouldn't give up on Nigeria. But that's the special reason why we are deliberating on today's topic, the role of state governments in the development of Nigeria. It was a dismal and very appalling situation on the 1st of October in Benin City, the capital of Edo State, when we couldn't even see any sign of celebration. Not even the normal paraphernalia of Independence Day celebration. Used to see flags, used to see children run after flags, some toys with Nigerian colors, dummies in boutiques with fabrics, with attire that connote independence anniversary of Nigeria. 64th independence anniversary of Nigeria was nothing to write home about in Benin City. But some other states, there was celebration. In Kano State, there was celebration. They went to the stadium. There was parade. In Abuja, Mr. President also enjoyed parade. So some states, but some others, it was protests. In Lagos State, protesters converged under the bridge somewhere in Lagos State, and they protested. Though there was a slight protest in Benin City too at Lagos Street in the early hours of October the 1st. Well, that's the situation. Not so much is being talked about the state governors, the state governments. The focus seems to be on the federal government. What are the state governments expected to do to revamp the economy of Nigeria, to project Nigeria? State governors, what are they doing? So that's what we are focusing on today. I have two distinguished personalities. I have His Royal Highness Alhaji Bako Dogo. He is the chairman of all chairmen of Nigerian Farmers Association. Nice to have you, Alhaji Bako.
Thank you so much.
I know he has a lot to talk about because he has always been talking about the role of state governments in most of our programs. We also have with us a financial expert and also a very seasoned analyst, Mr. Morogbe Ainwafo. Nice to have you on the program today. You have not been on the program for a very long time. Okay, nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's the setting. I will start with Alhaji Bako. Focus is on the federal government. Whereas, it is not only the federal government that is ruling Nigeria. At the state level, we have state governments. So what's your take on this topic, the role of state governments in the development of Nigeria?
Well, we have been carried away because of issue concerning sentimental and religious and all. The state government is supposed to be the engine room of anything development. The federal government is supposed to be complementing the state government. But now, you see the state government, most of them were painting the federal government black. Whereas their rule, you're supposed to take the responsibility of a state and develop your state. The federal government is supposed to be complementing on what you are doing. Like in Edo State, in the last 8 years, yes, so much or little have been done. Like I will speak in the area of farming. As I talk to you, the state government is supposed to energize or makes people to say, create environment for farmers. When he came in, when the governor came in the first tenure, he traveled around, went to Malaysia, went to Brazil, traveled to so many places. He wanted to bring investors to Edo State to come and start farming, because Edo State have one of the best land so far. We were all happy. At the end of the day, he took bulldozer to the 3 senatorial districts, start bulldozing. After that, the whole thing flooded down. Nothing happened. Because the people that are supposed to be in the NG room, like the commissioners, some of them were there fighting for themselves. They could not tell the governor, as I talk to you today, Edo State don't have accurate data about farmers. How do you expect the governor to do anything? The commissioner came in and relied on the data of Father Matiri, which he himself told me. Father Matiri is a dead program that almost about 12, 15 years ago. And you were saying, we don't even know how many people that are into cassava farming, how many people that are into palm farming, how many people that are into coconut or even sugarcane or whatever farming. Because you were relying whenever the federal government brings things. The federal government has spent a lot in Edo State. Let me be frank with you. The federal government has spent so much in Edo State by way of bringing incentives to Edo State. And those incentives are not being announced by the commissioner of agri to say the federal government brought this. Rather, you have what they call profile farmers. How will you profile farmers from the ministry? Where the people supposed to tell you those are the genuine farmers? We did not tell you. You call people to come and say, okay, you are a farmer, you are a farmer. You bring them together, you give them things, and those are not genuine farmers.
So a lot could have been done.
A lot could have been done, because when you are looking for a way to create employment, farming is one of the best ways to create employment.
Okay.
Farming, because farming today is something that if the government said, people, I want you to go back to farm, and whatever you produce, we are going to mop it for you. Look, nobody will come home. Stay in the farm. Get a hut for them. You see, people will be happy to stay in the farm. And whatever you farm, you come back, you mop it. But some people attribute to herdsmen. How can you tell me herdsmen is what you want you to go to farm? Where in Edo State? So a stranger will know your land more than you. The people in the village, you tell me some people say they rape our wife. How did they rape your wife? Where are you? Are you sleeping? That your wife will be raped in the bush? Were you not there? We have the people come together and say, let us get to the bush and know the stranger we have in the bush. But you come out to the town and say, no, herdsmen have taken over our land. No. The last administration, this administration right now that's about to wind up, as I'm talking to you, the federal government have brought so many cassava stems, one of the highest yield of cassava stems, to Edo State. And whereby in the state, the commissioner of agri is selling cassava stem.
No, we don't want you to
accuse me. No, if you don't want me to talk, I will go.
No, I don't want you to accuse me because he's not here to defend himself.
I am telling you what I experienced.
No, he's not here to defend himself.
You call him, I will face
so don't accuse him.
Well, I will not accuse them, but I will tell you the reality.
Yes.
And I pray this coming administration should listen to people and let the farmers. Because if you want to create employment, the best way to create employment today is farming. Because as I talk to you, farmers are the largest organization so far in Nigeria, including those states. And I want the government to please do something. As I talk to you right now, Niger State has bought 1,000 tractors for farmers. Anambra State brought 70 for farmers. Imo bought, I think 60 or so. Edo State have no single tractor for farmers. No single tractor for farmers in Edo State. And you expect to say, okay, reduce price. You cannot reduce price on something you don't contribute to. You cannot even take away union from something you don't contribute to. That is what I am appealing at this coming administration. To please look for experts who are genuine farmers and make them become commissioner for agri. Don't bring somebody from Lagos who don't know about farming because he can pay for you, because he was there for you. We know those who are farmers and those who are registered with AFAN, which is the umbrella body. Take one of them and say, look, Give him a target. We want you to produce food that will feed Edo State and feed other countries, and feed Nigeria. And we can do it in Edo because Edo have one of the best fertile land. And we can do it. Fertilizer is just only to just complement the crops. Because Edo soil, it is a blessed soil by God. I don't know how it happened. But we get the right person to be there.
Okay.
Throughout this tenure of Obaseki, no single loan was given to farmer. How do you expect farmer to work?
Okay, thank you, Bako. We'll come back to you. But I believe what Bako has said is trying to highlight the fact that state governments can actually do a lot in developing the country from their state level. And he has started, because it is his opening remarks, he has started with the agricultural sector. We have different sectors that we're going to talk about today. So he's saying that if a particular state can invest in agriculture and the agricultural sector is revamped, development will take place. Youths will be employed. There will be massive employment, massive production of food from the state level. So if Edo State now produces a lot of food, we will not be thinking of food from other states to be transported. You'll be talking about states from the villages being brought to maybe the city center or the various markets. I think that's the point he has been able to canvass. But let's get the thought of Omorogbe Iwanfo. Like I said, all eyes are on the federal government, whereas we have state governments. Though the local government has not been very effective, but the state governments. So what's happening? What do you think should be done? How do we start?
Thank you once again, Egosa, for having me. And I want to commence my talk on the issue of what do we mean by state government?
Okay.
You know, in government, we have what we call three tiers of government. We have the federal level, we have the state level, and we have the local government level. Like you have actually said, in Nigeria today, we have seen how governors have made a caricature of the local government system that is supposed to be one of the arm of government.
The grassroots government.
Grassroots that is close to the people. Like in other developed jurisdictions, you see governors or even the issue of the presidency is not really prominent when it comes to development. It is this grassroots. In America, I think they call them counties also. And in Europe, they call them commune, you know. So those are the ones closer to the people. Because if something is happening in Gosa today, you don't expect the president of this country, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to know that something is happening.
Yes.
But you can call your councillor here, or you can call your chairman here and say something is happening at my gate here in Igosa and all that. So the issue is that, first of all, this set of people we call, that you refer to as state government,
yes.
You know, these are a group of people. It might be elected, it might be by way of appointment, but in Nigeria, in our jurisdiction, in our case here now, they are all purposefully elected. You know,
they are elected. They are elected. The election is conducted. Even in those states, election was conducted on the 21st of September. So they are elected.
You said it just now that I've not been featuring on the program for quite some time. I was even very much involved in our party's
affairs,
campaigns and all that. Hence, I have not been able to grace one or two of your invites, you know. So, like what I was saying just now, you see that this set of people that are elected, so to speak, to be the chief executive of a state, you can definitely, one man cannot just be there. He will appoint SAs, commissioners to be in his team so that he can actually administer very well his proposed mandate or the administration of the state. You know, the problem we're having in this country, I've said it on different occasions, that until we have people who are ready to serve, it's unfortunate that most of our governors that we have had in previous times were not, or are not people that are really, really ready to serve. It's unfortunate that in this country, you see, when people are elected into public office, they use 1, 2, 3 months to celebrate. What are you celebrating? You are supposed to celebrate after your tenure, if you have actually performed. Can you imagine somebody that just maybe is being elected to an office? The primary notion of that person is like, oh, God has answered my prayer. In what aspect? By way of, oh, money has come. So that perception is really eating deep into the performance of some of these governors. Like my Prince has said it earlier, until we start to have people in real positions, capable people. He made mention of the fact that you don't have to go and bring somebody from Port Harcourt or even bring somebody from America that read art to come and man the Ministry of Agric. That is a misnomer. That is very, very, and it is always in our own kind of system in this country. You see, political office holders are being, it's like a gift. You have campaigned for me, you have brought money to my campaign. Oh, Egosa, even while I know that you are a journalist, I'll say go and man the Ministry of Health. What will you do there? You know, so in actually wanting to look at how state governments develop, I don't want to be particular about Edo State because we are in a bigger, we all have about 36 governors. So Edo State, I will not want to be a little bit particular because even the time of election has passed. So talking about what he has done, what he didn't do, I think is belated now. He's already packing his load, and we pray that the incoming governor will, like you have said, will tow a different and more purposeful path. Until we start having people in government or in state houses of in state houses, people who are ready to serve, people who don't see as if, oh, this is my chance, this is my time, let me amass wealth and all that. It's only in this country you see where even if you are elected into an office as a governor or even as a local government chairman, people from your family tends to see, God has answered our prayers, like I said earlier. So until we have people, dedicated people, people who have passion for development, people who have passion for new things, for technology and all that, we'll continue to be where we are today. Like you have said earlier on the issue of the Independence Day that was just like any other day. When you sent me the invitation yesterday, I was in the office and I asked my secretary, I said, what happened in your house on October 1st? She said, nothing. They just normal food. And I said, but did you grow up to meeting Independence Day being celebrated? Say yes. The girl is about 22, 23 years. Okay. So maybe 10 years before now, he said in their state, in Anambra, they normally even give them new attire. They sew clothes and all that for them. And it was like a big occasion. But now, it's like nothing happened in Benin, like you have actually said. In our time, it was a big occasion, very big one. We do this issue of, when we were in secondary school, we used to go to the stadium to do match pass. Yeah. And where it was like an occasion everybody would like to look upon, kind of wanted to participate. October 1st is always close to the time the new section starts. Yes. And if you're opportune at that time to enter the final year of a secondary school, that would be your first official outing with your trousers. And if possibly your...
As a senior student.
So it was always a big occasion. And you see, you have the opportunity of even meeting your counterpart in other schools who are even girls, and you try to mingle with them to say, I'm not a senior student and all that. You see, much past the governor of the state taking salute. Even at the local government level, they still have something like that when we're growing up. But all over time, it has eroded. It has just gone down as if October 1st is just like any other day. Actually, it's a very significant day for Nigeria because we know that that was the day we had our independence. And the issue of the doctrine, the Bible, the of independence is a big one. There are other climax when you get to 18 years, your parents will celebrate you that you have gotten an independence. So independence is
as an adult.
As an adult, you know. Even in Europe, they celebrate it. My daughter is 18 and all that. She is free to go and rent her house, live well, take decisions, go to driving school and all that. Like liberation, you are being liberated, kind of. So in the same vein, when we were growing up, Independence Day was really, really a big occasion. But the one we had a few days ago, like you said, it was like any other day. And is it somebody that has nothing to eat that will go and be celebrating? We all know how the situation of the country is now. Fuel is 1,200 naira. It's not easy for anybody to have a different account or a different plans for Independence Day celebration. Like you have actually said, agreed that a lot of people put too much attention on the state government, as if, sorry, on the federal government, as if state governments are not really expected to do something. The way, the configuration of our kind of politics is that when revenue are being remitted to the federal government, these state governments are called upon to Abuja to get their share so that they can use it for their people. But it's unfortunate that even in our constitution, you see how the constitution shields the governor while in power. This issue of immunity and all that. So you cannot actually hold them to be accountable. Most of them will just wait till after their tenure. They know that they might be arrested and they throw in some few naira notes to EFCC and all that. They are left off the hook. So the issue is all about if they are actually ready to serve and the accountability.
Okay, thank you, Morugbe. A quick one, His Royal Highness Bako, before the break. Now, what happened on October 1st, even in Edo State, gives credence to the fact that state governments, they have a pivotal role in enhancing development. Because in Edo State, there was no celebration. Even at the official level, the stadium was empty. We got a report from one of our reporters, the stadium was empty. So it's not just about the issue of food or whatever. But if the governor says, oh, today is Independence Day, all schools come on march, military, police, paramilitary organizations, there will be parade. Surely there will be an activity, you know. So the state governments also have a say in what is happening. As long as the state government says, we are not celebrating, nothing happened. If the state government says, we will celebrate, something will happen. Like the report we got from Kano. We saw the parade, we saw the, I hope the PD will just allow us to see that clip. In Kano State, there was parade. The governor was there to take the ceremonial salute, to make his own speech. So there was celebration of the Independence Day. So don't you think that state governments should really look inwards and see how they can contribute to the development of the country?
Well, let me be frank. You know, I always dare to tell you the truth. In this present October 1st that was not celebrated in Edo State, you should not hold the state government accountable or blame the state government. Because it was just at the eve of election. After the election, the expectation of so many people, the state government was down. Do not expect somebody that lose to go and start celebrating. And that was why the state government did not even call for any celebration. So, and again, people did not come out on street to say they want to celebrate 1st of October. Well, you don't also blame them. Because one, you are in this state, you know what happened. What we were expecting on this election that there are going to be violence, thank God, that did not take place. Yeah. And everybody was also scared not to say, okay, let me not go out again now to go and celebrate so that I will not become a victim of circumstances. And that is what happened. Let me tell you the truth. October 1st, when I was growing up, I am a villager. I happen to be I grew up in the village, one of the highest villager. I grew up with my mother's side in Emuhi, Ekpoma. Coming from in Emuhi on October 1st, going to a place like Ekpoma, it's like I'm going to London. I'm I'm telling you. Because
so everybody, they were looking up to that.
I look for the best clothes to wear because from Emuhi to Ekpoma is just almost about 20 to 30 minutes drive. We don't go there all the time. We are going there to go and celebrate. And you see me, when it's a motto, I will be preparing because I used to tap rubber very well. I will make sure I look for money that I put in my pocket to go and show myself in Ekpoma. Because it's like celebrating a Christmas Day, October 1st. So you see, that time, even the governors then, the local government chairmen, I don't have opportunity to come to Benin. It's Ekpoma where I was my Benin then. The local government chairmen, you see all of them, the eve of activities, you see all schools. No school remain in the whole of in the village. Every all of us want to be in the town. The town then was Ekpoma. So you see the activities, everybody is happy. Do not say because of where that whatever things are hard. No, it is not because of that. Because what is happening today, when people are elected in the office, you will see a man who has been your friend. When you speak your language, you say, well, what do you mean? You will not even want to go to speak your language with you. What do you mean? What do you say? The America you have not gone to, you'll be speaking slangs that you don't even understand. So that is one of the problems we are having. If you are elected to serve is a kind of, you are familiarizing with people. You want to make more friends. You want to serve the people. Real service, not the one that you want to serve purposely because of money. No. I am the chairman of farmers in the chairman of farm. I want to do this with all passion. Let me shock you. The Labour Party, the Labour senatorial man gave us a fertilizer, 1,200 to share to the farmers, and we are very happy. I called your station yesterday to come and watch.
Yeah, we watched that report.
Yes, you come and see what you are doing. Because I do not know anybody to give. What I give to farmers.
Thank you, Bako. We'll come back to you. I will always commend you for being a part of 60 Minutes Nigeria, and for those who are just joining us, spending part of their 60 minutes with us is always a delight, and it gives us some kind of inner joy to know that you are there savoring your time with us on the program. I have in the studio His Royal Highness Haji Bako Dogo, and I also have in the studio a financial expert, Omorogbe Iwanfo, and they have been able to tell us that a lot need to be done by state government to actually enhance development. It's just like you have a center and everybody is contributing to the center. So what you do in your little corner counts. So that's exactly the way state governments are. We understand that the federal government gives allocation, financial allocation, disburses funds to states. But one of my analysts, Omorogbe just said that when anybody wins an election to become governor, they keep celebrating because, and that is baffling. He is asking a question, what are you celebrating? You know? So there are allegations that some are celebrating because they just feel like, oh, it's my turn. And my turn to do what? Is it to serve the people or to enrich yourself? So it's only those who are elected that can answer that question. But ideally, when you are elected to serve the people and be accountable to the people. But is that what is obtainable in Nigeria? That's $1 million question. Haji Bako, you were just making some points before the break. But the question I'll be asking now, because the independence anniversary is past now. We can only look forward to next year's celebration and see what the state government will do that time. But now, we've seen a situation where most state governors, they hide information. If they get disbursement, financial disbursement, material things from the federal government, most state government don't even announce it. They don't allow the people to know about it. And you'll be thinking that the federal government is not working. Maybe Anambra will say, federal government is not working. But federal government may have made disbursement to Imo State, may have made disbursement to Anambra State, may have made disbursement to Lagos State. If the governors don't utilize such allocations properly, you will not see development in such states. Agree that we have federal roads. Before now, you see state government, they will even fix federal road and make claims. But some say federal government don't pay. They don't want to repair federal road. But the federal road is within our state. The people will use such roads until federal government intervenes. So state government actually have a lot to do in the development of this country. Moving forward, what kind of mindset would you advise state governors to begin to have?
Thank you very much, my brother. You have just made something very clear right now. 6 months ago, the federal government sent 30 trucks of fertilizer to Edo State, which is 18,000 bags. And that 18,000 bags, till now, it have not been shared. And the federal government wrote me that I should be part of the sharing committee. Till now, that fertilizer has not been shared. And we are waiting. Nothing should happen to that fertilizer, because the farmers need that fertilizer more than anything. You see, if any state government said the roads, federal road in its domain, and when they do it, they will not be, that state governor or whatever is telling lies. Because any governor who says so do not want another person to read what he have done, whereas that governor himself benefits from other previous government. Like in our state, when somebody will tell you, I don't want to fix federal road. No! The previous people who faced federal road, where he benefited from it, they paid the money. Because there is no road in the federation that the state government will do that the federal government will not pay back. But if you not pay back in your own time, that is why many of them are avoiding it. Oh, I will not want to do federal road because they will not pay now. Because he knows that that money cannot be paid instantly. But in between another 4 years or so, they will get the money back. So the state governments have so much to do, my brother. Not only in agriculture, so many areas. We have lands in Benin, and the state government should remember, under the Land Use Act, they are in charge. If you want to open an area right now, you go to between a hall and get low-cost houses and tie the pit, and there is the place is it's been described. You see, people want to start moving to that area, and you tell people when you put you construct a place like that, land produce fee of oil immediately. People want to buy, and because they know that when you are so coming from the state government, it will be hitch-free for you to build. But the state government will not want to do that. You are concentrated in the town where the town is already congested. The town is already congested. You are still putting some infrastructure that is not even necessary. Like we have in Edo State today, right now. We are talking about museum where hospitals are supposed to be. That we have a lot of museum in Edo State. The shrine we have in Edo State are museum. We have a lot of shrine in Edo State. What do you put in the museum? It's artifacts. And we have a lot of artifacts that are being used by those Juju people. They are called shrine, which is museum. If any tourist is coming to Edo State, can go to any shrine and look at what is there. It's one of the greatest artifacts that you get here. All these things are there. What are you now putting a museum in the center of Benin City? In the center of Benin City, where museum supposed to go, it will be in the outskirts if you want to build something like that. Okay, supermarket supposed to be in the outskirts of the town. If you go to a place like Europe, any part of Europe, you don't put supermarket inside there. This thing. Go to Germany, even in Abuja, you can see what is happening right now. You can't find real supermarket in the center of Abuja. It's outskirts, so that you will now be driving development far. In this case, in this place, you will be congesting a place that's already congested. And I know, and I believe this time, the present governor that is coming should shine his eye very well. Because whatever you do, prosperity will judge you. Whatever you do, prosperity will judge you. And you are choosing commissioner, you are choosing special advisor. Don't choose them because they work for you. Choose them if they are also technocrats in a particular field. You cannot go and give person like me right now, say you want to give me to be in the football field, or I want to be in a football this thing. No, I can't do it. But you will call me to say, this man, I know that he's a farmer. He has passion for farming, and he can produce something for us. Give me a target. I will meet to that target. Let me also tell you right now, Dangote went to Ghana and build up and build a cement factory. At the time he built a cement factory, he bought a lot of this thing to haulage the cement. Ghana people say, no, you cannot come to our country and build a factory and you will still be one haulage the cement. They say, no, take all your vehicles out of here. Let our people manage that haulage. And they drove him away with the vehicle. That's why you find most of the vehicle right now carrying Ghana numbers in Nigeria. Why the governor brought what they call it some people to come and build factory in Edo State and gave them land to start farming. What are the farmers doing? Why don't you give the farmer loan and tell them that factory, I want you to service that factory and give us a target. We wanted 500 or 5,000 tons in every 2 days. The farmers in Edo State can do it. Rather, you are empowering people from outside while your people inside are dying. That money that's supposed to be using, that was supposed to be spending here, outsiders are taking it out of Edo State. I want this present governor should not do that, should not do what have happened before, because you'll be focused on your people, and make sure your people, let the money be in circulation in Edo State. Where the money, if I give you money now to say go and farm, that money will be able to feed not less than 1,000 people. But somebody else from Edo, outside Edo State get that money. That money will not be spent here. That is the problem we are having, and that is what we want to stop. Empower your people, encourage people to go into agriculture, and you have to automatically make employment available for all.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Bako. We'll come back to you. For the way forward. You have talked about the ease that we've seen in most state governments. But what's the way forward? What should governors be thinking? Should they continue to think that federal government will always spoon-feed them, or they need to think out of the box and develop their states, which invariably will be part of development in the country?
Yeah, you have said it.
Okay.
Actually, they ought to have be thinking outside the box. Like Epa has said earlier, governors or appointments should be given to those that merit it by way of your qualification, what you specialize in, and all the rest. But however, on the issue of the performance of state governors, it actually, I want to draw us a little bit back. You know, when the cost of everything determines the selling price.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, of any commodity. The cost, the cost of becoming governors or to become a governor in Nigeria, it's a lifetime kind of adventure. It's expensive. And money is everything in this, our kind of politics. It's unfortunate that we say we are in a democratic era. And if you look at the definition of democracy as by Abraham Lincoln, he said government of the people. Of the people means one of them should be selected by the people. The people should select one. And for the people. The for the people now is what we are now talking about.
Yes.
If actually you are actually going to give to the people who have elected you, that is where development comes. So you see that in all these this definition of democracy, Abraham Lincoln didn't make mistake in mentioning the people 3 times. In his definition, he mentioned the people. So everything about governance is supposed to be centered or geared towards the people. But in a place like Nigeria, you see the cost is another thing. To become governor of any state in Nigeria, you need billions and billions of money. And when you get there, what happens? Whereby maybe the process that brought you in there, you must have borrowed money from A, B, C, and D, must have invested and all that. Politics in Nigeria is an investment now.
Yes,
it's business.
Yes.
You can be seated in your house and invest in one candidate, and if he wins, in 6 months, your investment comes in 100-fold. We have seen people like that. A lot, even Nigerians, they sit at the comfort of their home making money while you are always somewhere. Me, I'm in my office working. They will just be seated. The important thing is they have some few money, they put into politics. So the issue of having to expect something different from these governors, to me, I'm not really seeing it. I'm not saying it, because until the cost is being reduced, it's being looked into, so that at the end of the day, if you are going into a government house as a governor, you should have this passion as in it is the people that I'm going there to serve. Not you are going there because you are going there like a businessman, like Dangote, that want to invest and get more money. It's a different thing altogether. In other very good democracy, you don't see very rich people in politics. I've seen a situation whereby a retired postman becoming a governor of a state in Italy. A retired postman. Is that possible here in this country? The cost of even printing handbills during election runs into millions. Transportation, campaigns, building this, building that. So these state governors, to me, they actually have a lot to do. But the perception, the family perception, the general perception of you are going there to go and make more money or to make money, until that is removed, their performance, I don't see it changing. Although we are, like you have said earlier, we have seen a situation, thank God, of this last election. We have been able to elect a very humble governor, a listening governor, somebody that starts from the scratch. We have been having this issue of rich men bringing their children to be governors. This one is different now. He lived his youthful life like you and I. So I think there should be a difference. Like I've been telling some of my friends, say, he has no reason not to perform. He has no reason, Pewolo has no reason not to perform. Yeah. So we expect him to change everything.
Okay, let me interject. Now, because it's not just about those states we're talking about. We're talking about state governments. Yeah. Now, Benue State, just like Aji Bako has been talking about agriculture. Benue State is known as the food basket of Nigeria. But recently, Niger State invested massively in purchasing agricultural implements, which include tractors and so many other tools. Because subsistence farming is old school now.
It's eroding away.
Subsistence farming is just for you to cultivate for your family. But people are talking about mechanized farming.
Yeah.
Mechanized farming will produce a lot. So you find out that Niger State boasted the day of the inauguration of those equipment that they want to be known as food basket of Nigeria. That's the state government. It's not federal government that did that. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking at. State government should be thinking of out of the box on what they can do in their states. It's not only agriculture. It could be other areas. It could be even this present government should be commended. Governor Obaseki should be commended for some of the good things he has done.
Yeah. Especially
for instance,
the issue of revenue generation.
Okay, I'm not even looking at that. Okay, you can talk on it. Yeah. But so many people have forgotten. There's a place called, that used to be the customary court at Ebori area.
Yes. On the left.
He converted it to a production hub where you have electricity 24 hours. So artisans can go there.
And learn something.
Weather can go there and produce, fabricate. There's electricity, there's power. So many people have forgotten. I used to live in that area. So I know that vast land wasting away. At the time, the answer is a magistrate court. Okay. But Governor Obaseki came and turned that place to a production hub. So there are many other things that governors can do. It's not only, like I said, it's not only about those things. Yeah. Governors can think out of the box and enhance development. That development invariably will affect national development. So I want you to also look at that area. You were still talking.
Like you have said earlier, on the issue of Benue and Niger State wanting to take the lead. Now, you in a place like Edo, like you have said earlier, we cannot actually say that Governor Obaseki didn't just do at all.
Yes.
It's just that, after the removal of subsidy, this normal monthly take home from Abuja increased very well. I think have it that on clear notification that even in July, the money that came to Edo was 11.1 billion naira, only July. You know, so the issue, I still continue to say that it is because of the configuration of government that is hampering them. But thank God, in no time, there will be a change of government. And thank God for democracy too, whereby your tenure as governor or as president is for a specific period. So this issue of if you don't do well, another person comes on board and all those things, is one of the beauty
of democracy.
Of democracy. So even if you have to waste your 4 years, when somebody comes and
yes, after 4 years,
it's all over. So
there will be election.
Yeah, but actually, you know, governors are not actually the engine room, and governors are not actually the engine room of government. Yeah. It depends on who the
cabinet.
The cabinet.
The cabinet, yeah.
Yes, when your cabinet is strong, your productivity or your performance will be high. And when your cabinet is surrounded by in-laws and political associates and all that, you see that it will be a different ball game. If you see what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing now, you see he's even thinking outside the APC to bring in ministers. I think I heard that he's bringing in Kwankwaso and some other
because they intend to change.
Yes.
Reshuffle the cabinet.
You see what Wike is doing? A PDP chieftain working for an APC government. So these are some of the things governors should be looking at. They should not look at an issue of, oh, because you have helped me to deliver this local government, oh, any political appointment coming from there, you should handle it. No, they should look at who actually the cap fits, so that they can drive their
policies.
Their policies.
Okay, thank you, Anwanfo. Closing remarks, Ajibako, to all state governments now.
Well, you just made something of Benue. I bought my first car. That's where I really start my life, start making money little by little. In Makodi, 1985, I bought my first car, Subaru, in Benue. If you want to go by food basket, Benue have been the food basket of Nigeria. How do you expect a Reverend Father? I think this is the second Reverend Father I have in now. We have one Reverend Father
from Imo State.
no, in the same Benue. This is the second one they are having. How do you expect a Reverend Father where every time we're talking about let us pray?
No, but you don't know his background, his educational background.
Excuse me. That's what we are saying about right now. You see, Benue is going down in terms of agricultural production. It's going down. Niger State that is not known before have. You see, when a man comes in and say, I want to serve my people.
So when the righteous
come in, I say I want to serve my people. I want that should be a non-food in the Niger and a non-food to export. You can see today right now. I'm telling you now. Somebody told me, one of the commissioners told me, the president wanted that tomatoes will not do well in Edo. The Federal Minister of Agri came to come and share tomatoes. Over 500 people benefited from the tomato seedling, which a cup of that tomatoes is 70,000. Today, right now, I am also producing tomatoes in my house because they came and lecture us. This is how it will be done. Because the Edo State have one kind of a pest that is not friendly with tomatoes. But this is how we can be able to eradicate that pest. And today we are now producing tomatoes in the Edo State. When you have somebody who have passion, my brother, when you have some passion for something, that he must work. Like I'm praying now, Okpebolo should sit down. He should not be in a hurry before his resolution. Let him put the cabinet in place. You should not wait for another 6 months when he become a decision. Let him hit the ground, run him the day he take over the office. Because for you to look search for people, it's not difficult. You will be campaigning with people. You know who and who is capable of holding the ministry. At the time you come into the office and you now said, let me wait for another 6 months so that I will know those who are capable. No, you are not doing anybody good because you have a name to maintain. Whatever happens, if you bring in corrupt politicians, if you bring in people who are not qualified to be your commissioner, you will end up be blamed. It is better you start searching for them now. If it takes you to go to the village, a man does not even go to school. who you know that is an expert in the field, go and bring that person to be your commissioner. Because commissioner is not about those who read in London, who read in America. It is those who can perform. That is why today you start to find out that some villagers who don't even go to school are performing well. They are making money from whatever because they have passion for that thing that they are doing. I am appealing that the governor today that we are going to have, who already I know he have a listening ear, who already I know that he grew up the way I grew up from scratch, because I never have an opportunity to be in the town. After I went in the village, I'm a village man. Till tomorrow, although I've taught 45 countries in the world, but I still remain a village man. Because I'm happy you calling me a village man. Because one, when you are doing dege, I will be telling you those. If you come to my house now, in my fence, it is what you eat that I use in fencing my house. I don't have flour.
As your own flour.
That's my own flour. Because cucumber now, I eat cucumber every day from my fence. You understand me so?
Yes.
Everything you want, with a shower shop, mango, pear, avocado pear, all. I have it in my compound because I have passion for farming. I cannot become commissioner. No, it's not possible. Because as a traditional but when you call me in an expert and say, come and become advisory to something, I will go to advise you. And I want the incoming governor, as soon as you come into office, the first thing you have to do, your commissioner for agri, allocate money to him to go around to know what the farmers need and what the numbers of farmers you have in the state, which you have not gotten.
In terms of data.
They want to have a database, because if you don't have a database, and your farm should be coordinated. You must have a farm that you can stay in your office and press. Oh, Gosa have a farm in Igosa. Where is the farm? It will tell you numbers of farm. You can't even see that Igosa is working in the farm. You don't even know to inform me. You just come to the farm. Igosa did not come to the farm today because you don't need somebody to tell you. You already have a road map to the farm. Use your go to the farm. And you meet him there. Yeah. Not for you to stay in the office and be saying, yes, I have those states is farming. My farmers. Who are your farmers? When you don't have the data.
Thank you very much, Bako. And it's been a wonderful time.
Thank you,
Our time is up.
Thank you.
And we hope that by next week. Okay, just one word. A quick one.
I will advise Nigerian governors.
Yes.
Okay.
To steal less. They should steal less. Their appetite for money is too much. Nigerian governors, please, you people should reduce your stealing ability so that this country can move forward.
Thank you very much. That's the show. Thanks for being a part of 60 Minutes Nigeria. My guest, Alhaji Bako Dogo, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Amorogbe Anwanfo, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And we have the technical crew behind the scene led by Lucky. He's been doing a great job. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.